So now let's get to the point of how will you create a data science group, data science community. So the point of the entire process is, where do you start? You'll be getting certain ideas, right? Try to note them down. Always note those points, and you keep it somewhere, either in your notes, either in keep notes, anywhere. You can write it in a notebook. Always try to write those ideas. Whatever comes to your mind, just write those ideas. Because if you don't write those ideas, whenever you feel like discussing something with others, you won't have all the ideas in one place. So what you do is, always take those small ideas that comes to your mind, note it somewhere. Because sometimes it comes to our mind in random places where we cannot always note it down. Even in your mobile have something like a keep notes, Google Keep, where you can note it immediately and just forget about it later. You can set some time, like 20 minutes per week, just jot down all the ideas together, and keep thinking of what can we do with this. How do we use this idea to build the data science community? How do we actually apply these ideas where people are getting benefited? So that kind of an approach will always help you come up with an exciting idea one day. Or in my case, it was a hackathon, right? We participated in hackathons, right? So that kind of an idea will approach only if you keep on adding or thinking about some small ideas always. So that is the first point. Like, the core idea lies there only, having a strong vision and noting down all the small ideas. The next one is uh, always emotional, right? uh, Whatever happens, whenever you start with a group of 2-3 members, uh, the second or third person might leave at some point. Like, if there are 20 to 30 members who are joined, but these two people may not be interested after a certain point. After a few months, they may not even be able to spend some time on this. So they might leave and come back. So you should be very much willing to let them go, and also invite them when they are invite them happily when they are ready to come back. So that is one thing. And the next thing is, always keep going. You will just keep growing. Over time, things happen. And what happens is, you don't have to start with WhatsApp or LinkedIn. You can start with an idea where you meet on a Google Meet on every weekend. So how do you approach people? Anyone in the chats, how do you approach people? So that will be an interesting discussion to have. So I'll tell you how I approach the people. So being kind, always I'll try to uh, learn about them, try to uh, know what is their uh, area of focus, what is their skill set, and I'll start a conversation with them in such a way that it really helps them and adds value to their uh, area of work or area of interest. That way, what happens is, uh, they like you, and also you both can have a good collaboration, and over time it kind of becomes like a friendship. It kind of becomes like a bonding. So just imagine you doing that with 1,000 people, and 1,000 people wanting you to uh, build that community. So even if after a certain point of time, like after 1 or 2 years, you drop the idea, but someone else will take up that idea and continue that idea. I told you, right? Even if some people leave, that idea will not leave. Once it is being taken in a positive way, uh, that idea will never leave. And if you're trying to do all of this, you'll have not only the numbers, you'll have quality people around you. They always say the 5 people who are around you is what you become in life. That I believe that. I truly believe that. And if you're trying to build a data science community, you should be around data science folks, right? So what I did in LinkedIn, I'll tell you. uh, when I got hundreds or 200 messages per week, what I did is I was selective in accepting the request and also selective in sending those requests. I was searching whether they are from the same domain or whether I can help them in any way, even if they are not from the same domain. Because people transitioning from one domain to another may not be in the same domain of data science or ML, but will they be benefited by any way by us? That is the second question we can ask. So I have built a community of 37,000 people in LinkedIn, where almost more than 30,000 people, uh, I have given request or accepted them only on these two criteria: whether I can add value to their life, whether uh, whether we have something in common as an interest. So that is how you have a focused group. So focused groups always really helps, uh, in a way that it indirectly always tries to uh, trigger some ideas within you. So some guys or some people from the group will always be talking about something interesting in that area. uh, you don't have to always do research on a specific area entirely. You can just go and ask people. Asking some people in the group will give you a massive advantage over any other thought process or any other approach. You go ask, and then just imagine 10 to 50 people reply to your ask. Then you have 50 people's perspectives and how they think about a single problem. And that is where you can also expand your thought process and be open. I think we have almost come to the fag end of the session.